The October through December holiday season is the best time all year to sell on Amazon. It's coming fast, don't get left behind. Demand goes insane, customers buy products at higher prices, and competition actually goes down. In my first holiday season, I made over $50,000 profit in one single month, and it changed everything. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can take advantage too. From what items sell best to the ungates you need, key dates to circle, and how merchant fulfilled can 10x your sales, this video is the ultimate 2025 Amazon seller guide for beginners. And before we dive in, if you want my personal mentorship for Q4 so you don't just watch but actually execute, I've opened up a few spots in my mentorship program. That's why I work one-on-one with sellers to help them go from zero to profitable fast. If that's something you're interested in, I'll leave a link down below at the first link in the description. Here's our agenda for the ultimate 2024 Q4 guide. I'm going to be giving out tons of info, lots of people charge for, but I got you for free. We're going to be going over Q4 sourcing sauce as well as what items sell best during Q4 with exact examples. I'm going to be breaking down all the important dates you need to know with relevant tips for each of them, as well as everything you need to know about scaling up with merch filled, which is a massive, massive major key during Q4, including supplies, the benefits, shipping templates, how to price your products, and what items do better FBM compared to FBA that so many beginners don't know about, as well as ungating for Q4 mastery, including a big list of AutoUngate ASINs and common Q4 mistakes beginners need to avoid. They're going to make a massive difference for you in your Amazon business, especially if this is your first Q4 on the platform. To start off, let's take a look at the best products to sell on Amazon for Q4 with 3 exact examples. And keep in mind, guys, the nice thing is this doesn't require running any ads, creating any products, buying stuff from China, anything like that. We're just doing online and retail arbitrage, flipping big name brand products that customers already know, like, and trust on Amazon. The first type of product we totally want to sell is items where the price is going up and the competition's going down. So if we take a look at the seller amp data on this product, we can see it's a 44K BSR and it's selling over 100 times per month. That's a good sign, but the real gold lies taking a look down here at the Keepa chart, where I can see like earlier last month, late August, early September, there were like 25 sellers and it was like 40 bucks. And now it's going for like 57 to 58, maybe even jumping up to 60. And the competition went from like 26, 27, 28 down to like 15. So items where the competition's going down and the price is going up are totally items you want to prioritize during Q4 because the trend's probably going to continue. During Black Friday, during Cyber Monday, during December, you can buy tons of products cheaper during the biggest demand time of the entire year. So items where competition's going down and price is going up are items you want to prioritize because that trend's probably going to continue. Another type of product I love to sell during Q4 on Amazon is going to be items that have seasonal demand every single year. So think Halloween products during Halloween, Thanksgiving products during Thanksgiving, etc. So if we scroll down to the Keepa chart on this side, and we can see this has literally been on Amazon for 4,000 days. So if we go ahead and click the entire view here and say we take a look at like the past like 5 years, we can see every single October, the demand spikes, aka the sales rank shoots down. So when sales rank goes down, that means demand's going up. And this makes perfect sense because it's a Halloween themed product. So we can see literally every single year during October, this product gets super popping, and there's tons of stuff like that for Halloween right now. Thanksgiving coming up next month in preparation for Thanksgiving in November, as well as toys and tons of giftable products during December, the Q4 peak as well. So we can see literally every single year demand spikes on this product. That's totally the types of items we want to prioritize during Q4. And then the third and really most important example, guys, is going to be products that are incredibly stable, aka replens or replenishable products. So if we scroll down here and take a look at the Keepa chart on this item, we can see the price is just really stable on this product. When you're a beginner, you want to prioritize the 3-month data on Keepa because you're just buying 5 to 10 unit test orders of different products, 10 if you need to ungate it. More on that later, but this is a really nice looking product where the offer count movement's really solid. It's nicely jumping up and down like this, and then the price is really, really stable. So taking a look at the offer count, the bottom chart on Keepa, I can see people are very happily making money on this product. And in terms of your Keepa settings, a ton of people have that wrong. So when you first initially take a look at Keepa, you want to make sure to hit sub ranks right here to take away that middle chart. And then if you don't see the bottom chart, the new offer count right here, go to graph settings right here at the bottom, and then make sure you have offer counts and ratings selected right there so you can see all the relevant data. Then I'd also recommend just copying my settings right here in terms of what data you actually want to see. Sometimes you'll see different ones if you're looking at a product Amazon's never been on, Amazon won't sell, for example. But anything you can see on here, you do want to have selected if it shows an option on the products you're looking at. So make sure to prioritize items you see going to the moon, stuff that has holiday demand every year, and replenishable products that are super stable. So, okay, you know what a couple good Q4 products look like, but how do you actually source products during Q4 to maximize the profit you make? In terms of Q4 sourcing, just focus on storefront stocking. Avoid manual sourcing, avoid automated tools that don't even work. Just focus on looking inside the storefronts of customers you already know are making lots of money. It's really important to note that very rarely will you find items profitable. Pretty much always you make items profitable. Each website has one or two tips and tricks that lower the buy cost to create more winning products. And that's like really the biggest thing I help my coaching students with, is just plugging them in on the different discounts that each website offers that create the margin. Something along the lines of for each website, like coupons with email, account, and text signup codes, coupons from the free coupon extensions, Coupert, Capital One Shopping, and Coupon Birds. You want to download all those. Holiday sales, which are really, really relevant for October Prime Day, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, etc. Tax exempt using your reseller certificate if it's a site that accepts it, like Walmart, Home Depot, and Lowe's. Gift cards from cardbear.com are a great way to save another 4 to 15%. Subscribe and save deals, wholesale programs, and Rakuten cashback plus rewards. So just prioritize storefront stocking, and remember, you don't really find items good, you make them good using those different manufacturing margin tips I just gave you. All right, guys, the important dates you need to know for Q4. This is super, super important. Make sure to let me know any questions down below in the comments as we go here too. So the important dates, starting off October 7th to 8th is going to be October Prime Day sourcing. These dates were just announced, and Prime Day is actually better for sourcing rather than selling. While Prime Day is going to be 2 days of really good sales on Amazon, the big money's made not selling the products you already have, but buying new deals on all the sales that retailers are running to compete with on Amazon. So especially October 7th to 8th, but also just that entire week right there too. The week of October 31st is going to be Halloween sales and sourcing. Primarily the benefits are going to be on the sourcing side of things. I do think while October Prime Day is like a mini Black Friday, Halloween's a little bit overrated. There are totally going to be some good deals though. What's really underrated is November 5th to the 20th, early Black Friday sales sourcing. This has been getting earlier and earlier every year as online shopping grows. And in like 2022, these started like October 15th, and some of them literally started last year, October 3rd, October 5th. So keep an eye on that right there. And if you're super serious about this stuff, one of the best things you can do is create a burner email address and then just subscribe to as many newsletters on different websites as possible. So just look up like JCPenney newsletter, Macy's newsletter, Calvin Klein newsletter, etc. Put that burner email address into it. It's literally free. And then forever for free, you're going to get fed different deals when all these different websites have sales going on. Around November 15th is the last day you want to send your FBA shipments in, even earlier than that if you're seeing really slow check-in times. And then FBM season begins. More on that coming up. FBM super, super popping during Q4. The Sunday before Black Friday, November 23rd, is when all the Black Friday deals begin for the most part. So it's really important, guys, that you don't start Black Friday sourcing on Thanksgiving or Black Friday. You can start several days before and order products to FBM them super quick and literally get one whole extra sales cycle compared to your competition there. November 28th to December 1st is actual Black Friday, Cyber Monday sourcing, the best time of the entire year for buying. And then December 5th to December 20th is the best time of the entire year for selling, the Q4 FBM rush. Make sure you take into account these Q4 tips I'm about to show you guys. December 25th to January 5th to 10th is going to be consumer gift card spending season. Tons of people get Amazon gift cards for Christmas and they spend them on Amazon, and that's where we can clean up even after the PQ4 rush is over. So those are the important dates every seller needs to know about for Q4. Now let's take a look at the number one key for Q4 scaling, merchant fulfillment. Merchant fulfilling is by far the best way to make tons of money on Amazon during Q4. Merchant fulfilled is where you ship the product directly to the customer rather than shipping it off in bulk to the Amazon FBA warehouse. This typically really only makes sense year-round on listings that you can see other people making money on FBM. or pretty much everything during mid to late November and December when there's so much less FBA competition because people don't have time for their FBA shipments to check in. And tons of people don't think they can do a lot of damage with merch filled. I'm here to tell you guys that's not the case whatsoever. I've literally done 470K in revenue in one single month, almost $500,000 in sales, and $80,000 in profit with majority merch filled during Q4. So don't sleep on this stuff, guys. FBM has significant benefits over FBA, especially during Q4. You can restock products a lot quicker. There's faster cash flow cycles, so you actually get the product sold and get the money back quicker. You can test items later because with FBA, you typically want to have a whole box of products before you send them in. But FBM, you can literally test one quantity on stuff if you want. Items above $20 but below £1 are typically better FBM compared to FBA. I'm going to show you guys an example of that in a couple minutes. It's really, really important that you stick around for that. And FBM allows you to get multiple unit orders where the shipping cost doesn't double, but you get twice the profit. And if an item has multiple bundle sizes or multiple listings on Amazon, FBM lets you spread them around on multiple ASINs and move the stock around as you see fit because you literally just have them at home. Meanwhile, with FBA, when you ship the inventory to Amazon, you need to commit to a specific ASIN. But it's important to note, guys, you can't FBM every product on Amazon. So I want to show you guys a couple examples, one being an example of a product you can't FBM and one being an example of a product you should totally FBM. Taking a look here at this jockey underwear here, guys, we can see this product is fully dominated by FBA sellers and no one's getting the buy box on FBM. No one's even listed it FBM right here. So we can see when you see an item that is fully FBA people, you want to avoid FBMing it, even if the numbers make more sense. So we can see the offer summary here on SellerAmp, which you totally want to go ahead and activate in your settings right here. Just clicking show offer summary, just clicking all these guys right here. You can see that this item is fully FBM people, so I totally want to avoid that. Meanwhile, taking a look at this video game product, we can see there's 23 sellers in this product. 8 of them are FBA and 15 of them are FBM. So we totally know we could FBM this product. And the key rule of thumb, guys, you just want to make sure more or at least 20% of the buy box share is going to FBM sellers. And the way you check the buy box share going to FBM sellers, you go here and hit data and then buy box statistics on Keepa. And then we want to make sure that there's a good amount of FBM sellers getting buy box on this item. We can see in this case, this listing actually has had no buy box for some time, which guarantees that it's FBM friendly. But the little bit of time that it has had a buy box here, we can see there are FBM sellers getting buy box here. So we know this listing would make money on it FBM. And you just want to confirm more than 20% of the sellers on a listing are FBM to verify that you can get the buy box FBM. FBM Shipping Supplies. Don't overthink this, guys. Just get 9x12 and 12x15 gray poly mailers on Amazon. You can get boxes on Walmart or Uline as long as they're unbranded. A really good tip, the Uline free shipping sale is going on right now. I think this is the only time it happens all year. So you can get free shipping on Uline. It's typically pretty expensive, but it still is by far the best option, as well as Walmart, just unbranded ones on Uline for I think like the next 2 weeks. So check uline.com to go ahead and load up on those. Just buy a bunch of different box sizes to start, and then eventually you'll figure out exactly the ones you want to sell. Shipping templates for FBM. This is really, really important to make sure you have this right. A lot of people have it wrong. Charge $0 plus $1 per pound for standard and economy orders, because when you FBM, you don't pay FBA fees, but you do pay individual shipping. And when you FBA a product, you don't pay individual shipping, but you do pay FBA fees. They're both based on size and weight, so just charge free shipping for standard and economy orders, and then charge $30 plus $1 per pound for next day, 2-day, and expedited orders in your shipping templates. I'd also recommend doing 0-day handling time if possible in your shipping settings, just in general shipping settings. That's going to get you more buy box share. And in your shipping template as well, if possible, move your transit time from 4 to 8 days to 3 to 5 days, which is going to get you more buy box share too. But all this is kind of dependent on how fast you can ship stuff. In December, you can charge even more. So in December, a lot of folks will move their next day, 2-day, and expediters to like $40 plus $1 per pound. And always buy shipping through Amazon. Most of the time, products below 1 pound are USPS. Products above 1 pound are UPS. But just buy whatever's cheapest. In the rare case, Amazon is trying to charge you a lot of money. Just buy shipping on pirateship.com and then confirm it over on Amazon as well. Calculating profit for FBM orders on SellerAmp. So make sure you take a picture of these shipping cost guidelines right here. This is super, super important. A lot of people think to calculate FBM on SellerAmp, you just subtract shipping costs from the FBA profit. That's not true whatsoever. So you need to go ahead and take a picture of the shipping guide right here. And then over here on a product on Amazon, we can go ahead and see the way I calculate the FBM profit is not subtracting shipping from this. It's actually scrolling down here on SellerAmp and going and toggling from FBA over to FBM right here. And now we can go ahead and see this product. I literally get an extra 17 or 18% ROI. FBMing compared to FBAing, I just have to make sure I actually plug in the FBM cost right there, which you get from those slides I just showed you. So to calculate FBM profit, scroll down and then make sure to toggle from FBA to FBM and then plug in the FBM cost, which you can get based on the weight right here. So we can see 11 ounces right there. So if we go ahead, boom, plug in 5 or 550 right there for this item, take a look at those slide guidelines, more profitable FBM compared to FBA. That's typically items that are above 20 bucks, but below £1. So make sure you keep this in mind, guys. These shipping cost guidelines are incredibly important for calculating FBM products you're potentially sourcing effectively and accurately. I also get asked all the time from beginners, what should I ungate for Q4? Only ungate stuff you find profitable. Stick to the brands that require 10 units for ungating. Certain ones these days are 100 or 200 or 300, for example, but just stick to 10 unit requirements, especially big brands, because if you ungate one item in one big brand, you ungate the entire brand, and then that gives you access to dozens or potentially hundreds of SKUs you can potentially sell as well. And tons of stuff is auto-ungate even for beginners, and more stuff becomes auto-ungated after you do like your first 2K in sales. Here's a big list. So we put together this big list of auto-ungate products for you guys so that really just to show you that you can get ungated and stuff even if you're a complete beginner, as long as you can plug in these ASINs on your store, which is super easy to go ahead and do. All you need to do is go to Amazon Seller Central, hit add product, paste the ASIN in, and then hit request approval and apply to sell. A few quick wins is going to be stuff like Stafford, Danner, Red Heart, Athletic Works, literally any product in those brands. It doesn't have to be a specific ASIN, but if you download this for free at the link in the description, you can go ahead and get this big list of ASINs here. Then just hit request approval and apply to sell. It's not going to ask for documentation. Some of them it will. In fact, if you have no sales history, the majority of them it will. But over time, the more you sell, the more it becomes auto-ungate. And it is nice to see plugging in some of these that a lot of stuff will automatically approve you and start to ask for quantity and price, aka letting you list it right away from the get-go. So make sure to take a look at the AutoUngate list. Super common Q4 mistakes to avoid, guys. This is really, really important. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know down below in the comments. A ton of people make the huge mistake of pivoting to only selling toys. Instead, stick to your guns, stick to already what's working, and buy whatever you're finding profitable, just using the storefront stocking method. A lot of folks will send FBA shipments too late when you can just FBM those products same day, then restock them quick. They'll make the mistake of like in November, late November, FBAing stuff, which is basically saying, I want to maybe sell this 3 weeks from now at the very soonest, because FBA warehouses get really backed up during November, December, instead of just FBMing it literally today and then being able to restock it super quick, as well as buying items they hope will become profitable during Q4 instead of just buying quick flips. I never recommend speculating and not hammering FBMing in December long after most of the big FBA competition sold out and moved their focus to the next year. There's so much money to make up, especially as a newer seller during December, buying stuff, especially using retail arbitrage and using pickup orders and getting it listed, merchant fulfilled super fast. Because when you buy a product OA to FBA, it might be 3 or 4 weeks before it's available at the quickest. But with FBM, retail arbitrage, and pickup orders, you can literally get stuff listed and sold same day, restock them, and keep that cash moving. That's the name of the game. If you're liking what you're seeing in this video and want one-on-one help starting and scaling during Q4, go ahead and check down below at the link in the description for my coaching program application. Now's the perfect time to get started selling and profitable prior to Q4. And if you want the exact system that's created all of these insane success stories, we'll pop a whole bunch of them up on screen. Now's the time to go down below to the link in the description and book in your time with my student success manager, Aaron, so we can see if it makes sense to work together for my coaching program. And in terms of what you actually get inside my coaching program, you get full one-on-one access to me, my personal phone number for any sourcing, ungating, or literally any questions that come up. You also get a live one-on-one sourcing call with me on Zoom, No one else in the industry does that. We have 3 group coaching calls per week. You're going to be around other Amazon sellers crushing the game. I also love putting together little accountability groups of students I think will get along with well. I think that's a really unique thing. Literally created some lifelong friend groups with that too. There's also 50 plus pre-built resources and SOPs waiting for you inside the vault in my coaching program. And it's really just imperative that if you ever want one-on-one help doing this stuff, you go ahead and apply now, just because there's so much extra benefit you're going to get going through my coaching program prior to the Q4 peak and getting started with it now in late September, early or mid-October, so you're fully prepared for November and December and have me in your corner on your side as you're going through all these important dates we just went over. So if that's something you're interested in, take a look at that down below at the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe. If you want to see some AutoUngate product sourcing, check this video right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.